This is historic Monza, where we're about to see the Italian Grand Prix.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Formula One, continuing the 1995 season. And today could be a very special one because at this very Grand Prix, the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, we have the chance to secure the World Championship. The gap is currently 53 points and there are 60 points left on the table. If my maths are good, and I'm not good at maths, so bear with me, I think Schumacher has to finish third or higher without us scoring. Coulthard has to finish second or higher without us scoring. And if we win the race or finish ahead of both of them, we are world champion. I think. Got a good chance of that because Monza is one of my best circuits. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, I don't believe we can win it today, but it's a foregone conclusion, really. It is really the Drivers' Championship we're looking to wrap up today here at Monza. So let's get into it and see how we do. Now, this is the previous Monza version. So it doesn't have the tight chicane at turn 1. It has these two little chicanes, which I may have naughtily gone a bit too far over one there. The new Monza's a lot better because it creates a lot more drama at turn 1. This has been a good lap. We should be looking at pole position. Oh! Okay. Yeah. Just pole position there. 3.3 seconds quicker than anybody else. So, probably the best qualifying of the season. Puts us and Damon Hill on pole position. Much quicker than anyone else. Coulthard on the front row. It's all Williams front row. Schumacher third. Berger, the top Ferrari, on home ground in fourth. Then Herbert and Alesi. Next comes Barrichello and Mika Hakkinen. Blundell and Frentzen complete the top 10. Then we have Martin Brundle and Eddie Irvine. Panis, Bouillon, Papis and Salo. Katayama and Badua. Lamy, Inui, Montemini, Moreno and Deniz and Lavaggio at the back. Here we go then. Is this the race when we win the championship? Let's find out. We've got away okay, and we're actually looking good to be first into turn 1 for a change. Which we are. Excellent start. That's exactly what we wanted. If we could put in some lap times like we did in qualifying, we should be well away. Well, you know when something feels too good to be true? Well, we've completed the first lap and we are 5.5 seconds in front of anybody else. There's no changes in the top 6 so far. We'll see how that goes for the rest of the race. Well, at the moment, Schumacher and Coulthard are exactly where they need to be to keep the championship alive. Unfortunately for them, I'm exactly where I need to be to not keep this championship alive. But bad news for Ferrari on their home turf. Gerhard Berger's now been overtaken. Johnny Herbert up into 4th. But at the moment, both Ferraris are set to score. But they expect better at Monza. And another overtake from a Benetton. This time Schumacher has made it past David Coulthard and is up into 2nd place. So we're not looking at a Williams 1-2 now. The Benettons are on the move. Benetton really are looking to outscore Ferrari today. Johnny Herbert is right on the gearbox of David Coulthard. And the gap to Schumacher, 16.5 seconds. They're just making it too easy for me today. So, as we come up to lap the back markers, we have a development in that I don't know what's gone on here, whether something's gone wrong or Herbert is just having the race of his life. But Johnny Herbert has passed Coulthard and Schumacher, and as you can see, it's up into 2nd place. 21 seconds behind us. No, I don't know what's gone on back there, but Johnny's having a great time. Well, I'm afraid to say DC's gone back to old habits and is dropping back through the field. The Ferrari of Gerhard Berger is now back up to 4th, DC down to 5th. Well, David Coulthard's championship challenge is well and truly derailed. He's now not only lost out to Sean Lacey for 5th, but Mika Hakkinen as well for 6th place. So, DC not in the points anymore. So, Michael Schumacher has put a charge on and is now back into 2nd place, albeit over 40 seconds behind us. Well, here we are then, entering into the final lap of the title decider.
Schumacher. In 3rd place, Johnny Herbert. 4th, Gerhard Berger. In 5th position, Jean Alesi. In 6th, Mika Hakkinen.
Here we go then, crossing the line for the final time.
And there is the checkered flag.
And we're there. We have done it. First of all, let's look at the race classification. So, Damon Hill, another victory. 48.5 seconds ahead of Michael Schumacher. Johnny Herbert, good race from him in 3rd. Both Ferraris scored 4th and 5th, Berger and Alesi. Hakkinen in the points for McLaren. David Coulthard dropped all the way down to 10th. And another fastest lap for Damon Hill. So, with 5 races and 50 points on offer, we have 103. Schumacher has 46. That is 57 points, meaning that Damon Hill is the 1995 World Champion. We have done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got there. So the fight is now on for 2nd place in the championship, with Michael Schumacher having a 9-point lead over David Coulthard. He's fallen a bit behind after Monza. We'll do what we can. If we can help DC at any point, we will do. Gerhard Berger's still in with a shot there with 36 points, and even Alesi on 30. Johnny Herbert getting a good grasp on 6th place now, and then we've got a fight for 7th with Hakkinen and Irvine, then Blundell and Barrichello fighting it out for 9th. So in the Constructors' Championship, the gap is 74 points with 80 points still available. So the Constructors' Championship is not yet wrapped up, but I think we're going to do it in today's video. Benetton and Ferrari, the scrap for second place continues with both teams on 66 points. Who is going to be best of the rest this season? Then McLaren getting a clear lead now on Jordan, and Ligier still there in 6th.
Welcome to Estoril and round 13 of the World Championship.
So, our first race as the new world champion. The first world champion of our series, Damon Hill. And I'm pretty glad too, because Estoril, the Portuguese Grand Prix, it's not one I'm too familiar with. So it's not one of my best circuits. So I'm glad I'm not having to try to win the championship here. But hopefully DC can have a good race. He did win this one in the actual 1995 championship. That was his first win. He has had a win so far this season. So yeah, hopefully DC can have a good one, and we can try and get the constructors wrapped up. So every lap so far we've had 23rd. Crossing the line, we're only up to 16th. Not going well, I'm afraid. I think this is going to be our last effort. I don't think we're going to do any better than this. And it's only 13th. Disappointing end to qualifying. But, you know, the Drivers' Championship is wrapped up. So we can't complain too much. So here is the grid for the 95 Portuguese Grand Prix. David Coulthard has done what we needed. He's put it on pole position. Hopefully he can go on and win the race. Schumacher on the front row is not going to let him have it all his own way. Berger third. A superb 4th place for Heinz-Harald Frentzen in the Sauber. Ahead of Johnny Herbert, John Alesi, Rubens Barrichello, Martin Brundle in the top 8. Then we have Irvine and Panis completing the top 10. The McLarens haven't done so well, with Blundell 11th and Hakkinen in 12th. Then there we are, Damon Hill 13th alongside the other Sauber of Bouillon. Then it's Salo and Katayama in the Tyrrells. Then we have Inui and Lamy, followed by Badoa and Papis, Montemini and Deniz, and bringing up the rear is Moreno and Delatraz stepping into the Pacific. So, let's see how we get on here today. 2 McLarens ahead. We're going down the middle. We're going to get closed off. Oh, got to tap up the backside, but we have gained 2 places off the start. That's pretty good. The inside of the Jordan, brilliant there. One of the McLaren's out of shape. A few taps, but we've gone through. Momentary lapse of concentration. And we've lost a bit of time. Whoa! All kinds of out of shape. Oh! I'll be honest, I totally did not see the Ligier then. Apologies to Martin Brundle for that one. Oh, we need some space. We've gone through, there are cars all over the road in front of us. This must be Frentzen down to 7th. Thanks, Murray. Get the other Jordan, the same place we got his teammate last time around. Got Benetton here, you have to assume it's Johnny. But we are in the top 6, so we're up to the points positions. Good job, DC. Oh, late braking up the inside of Herbert, and we've got him. Now starting to look very good for the team. Securing the Constructors title. Ah, I've outbraked myself. Oh, Johnny Herbert plows into the side of us. This is why we don't have damage set to on these older games, because there is no spatial awareness from the NPCs at all. Looks like we've got an overtake going on up ahead. I think it's the two Ferraris racing each other for third. It is indeed. I can't see the top two at the moment. The Ferraris are all over each other. Oh, no way through. There's still no need to chop my nose. This Ferrari battle in front of us rages on. Still unable to get through. Coulthard, fastest lap. Go on, DC. Still the Ferraris continue to fight. We've got to run on the inside of the Ferrari. Oh, we were pushed out wide by the curb. Nothing I could do there. My apologies to Sean Lacey, but the curb forced me out wide. It's just one of those things, you hit the curb right and it will push you. Wasn't pretty though. We are up to fourth. And we've got a run on Berger, and that was way too easy. Now into the top three. But to be honest, I'll be happy to settle for third. And hopefully DC get first place. And we can secure the Constructors' Championship. Michael Schumacher's just put in the fastest lap. I think he's hunting Coulthard now. Schumacher has brought the gap down from 2 seconds to just half a second to Coulthard. His lead is under threat. But we now have the fastest lap, 128.5. We're 9 seconds behind Schumacher. There's not a lot we can do to help DC, I'm afraid. Heinz-Harald Frentzen is having the race of his season so far. He is up into 5th place, ahead of one of the Ferraris of Gerhard Berger. We are now 4 seconds behind Schumacher. Gerhard Berger is now dropped completely out of the points. Mika Hakkinen is up there for McLaren once again. Gap to Schumacher now 2.5 seconds. We are closing in. So we have just 5 laps to try to close the gap, get past Schumacher and make it a Williams 1-2 for us clinching the Constructors' title. Which at the minute we're going to do anyway, but it would just be nice to have that 1-2 finish for the team.
It's a win for David Coulthard. Frank Williams is going to be very happy with this win in second place.
He certainly will, Murray, because as we come through third, that's going to confirm the Constructors' Championship. So, the classification of the Portuguese Grand Prix. David Coulthard gets his 2nd win of the season. Almost 3 seconds ahead of Michael Schumacher. We got back to 3rd in the end. Decent effort. Lacey 4th. Hakkinen in 5th. Heinz-Harald Frentzen gets his 1st point and Sauber's 1st point as well. We secured fastest lap for Damon Hill. Drivers' Championship. The fight for 2nd. Coulthard closes the gap a little, but it is still 5 points. But it's still all to play for. Berger and Lacey now looking like they're fighting for 4th. Herbert not too far behind. Hakkinen has closed in on Johnny Herbert. And then we have Irvine dropping back a little. Blundell and Barrichello. Williams are confirmed as Constructors' Champions. So now all we need to do is get Coulthard 2nd in the Drivers' Championship and it'll be a perfect year for us. Benetton start to get a bit of a lead on Ferrari by 3 points. Then we have McLaren still clear of Jordan. Ligier and Sauber join the board in 7th with 1 point. Could they mount a last minute charge and take 6th place from Ligier?
It's the Grand Prix of Europe at the Nürburgring, round 14 of the championship.
So our last race of this video is the European Grand Prix, and it is the Nürburgring. Wasn't a good first sector, the second sector's got better. Let's see how we do across the line. And we have it, pole position there. Amazingly, it was Heinz-Harald Frentzen having another good race, another good weekend, shall we say, who was currently fastest. So, let's see the final grid. So the starting grid for the European Grand Prix, Damon Hill on pole with the amazing Heinz-Harald Frentzen in second for Sauber. Where did that come from? Coulthard third ahead of Schumacher, his rival, for the second place. Berger, Irvine in the top 6. Jordan could do with some points. Then we have Alesi and Herbert. Hakkinen and Blundell and the McLarens complete the top 10. Then it's Barrichello and Martin Brundle. Bouillon ahead of Panis. Sarlo, Lamy, Papis, Badoa, Tarquini stepping into the Tyrrell ahead of Montemini, Inui, Deniz, and the back row is Moreno and Dalatraz. Here we go then, who will lead into turn 1? Frentzen had a good start, but not good enough. We've got, I think that's Schumacher coming up the inside. Oh, collision! And I've got to slow, and I've got to let Coulthard through. Oh, I've let a Ferrari through as well. I didn't mean to do that. We've got McLaren gone through as well. And the other Ferrari and a Benetton. That's not really worked out. I was only trying to let DC through so he could get a lead. Giving myself more work than I needed. I've gone wide. Okay, so Schumacher in front of us. We need to take some points off of him here. So the main thing I wanted to do there was get DC out in front so he could get a bit of a lead and hopefully help himself in the championship. Thanks, Michael. Made that very easy for me there. Oh! Cheeky. A little mistake from Michael there, getting a bit angry. Has let Eddie Irvine get alongside, I think. Right on the gearbox of the McLaren. Got a bit wide though. Now at the chicane we get Mika Hakkinen and move back to 4th. Now we need to go get those Ferraris. And no, Gerhard Berger has taken the lead. Berger's got ahead of Coulthard. It's not ideal. He's still very much outscoring Schumacher at this point, but if he could get the maximum 10, would be a lot better. Berger fastest lap as well. I think he senses a victory today. 6.2 to Alesi. So Johnny Herbert not doing his teammate any favours. He's passed Michael Schumacher and put him out of the top 6 and therefore out of the points. Well, I'm sorry to say that we are being more of a David Coulthard in this race and we are going backwards. We've been caught by Johnny Herbert, who's making his way through the field and is now up into 4th. We are down to 5th. Sadly, we are continuing our dive backwards with Mika Hakkinen closing in behind. We haven't finished outside of the points so far this season, and hopefully we're not going to today. So, Frentzen has moved into the points. He's got ahead of Hakkinen, and he is now the one right behind us. I don't know what it is. I am used to this circuit, but for whatever reason, we are struggling today. And Johnny Herbert has just gained another place. Presumably, he's just got ahead of Jean Alesi. And Frentzen goes through now. Frentzen up into 5th. We're down to 6th. Back marker in the way, not helping. He's still in the points though. But for whatever reason, this race is just falling apart. In the end, letting all those drivers through at the start didn't really matter because we're just going backwards anyway. I don't know whether we're noticing some kind of a problem or what, but the speed of the car is just not there. Mick Hakkinen's not too far behind. Hopefully we're not going to lose another place before the end. Well, that's the 2nd win of the season for Gerhard Berger. 3rd for Ferrari. And Herbert passed Coulthard on the last lap. So Coulthard's still taking points out of Schumacher, but that's 2 points less than it would have been. We are just going to hold on to 6th here. Could have gone better. So there we are, Gerhard Berger, his 2nd win of the season. Another good drive from Johnny Herbert in 2nd, Coulthard in 3rd. And we have Alesi, more points behind our Frentzen. He's having a good little run. And then we finished in 6th, our lowest result of the season, but still in the points. Michael Schumacher 8th, no points today. Fastest lap went to Johnny Herbert. The Drivers' Championship. David Coulthard brings the gap down to just 1 point between himself and Michael Schumacher. That's going to be an epic fight to the end, with Gerhard Berger not far behind either. Then we've got Alesi, Herbert, Hakkinen, 10 points between each of those drivers from 4th down to 7th. Irvine a bit behind with Blundell and Barrichello still bringing up the rear in the top 10. The Constructors' Championship. The gap is 4 points now between Ferrari and Benetton. That's going to be so close. Then we've got McLaren seemingly clear of Jordan now. But Sauber have caught Ligier. The battle for 6th place is on. Will either of them get any more points to claim 6th place? So that's it for today's video. We managed to secure the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship. It'll be interesting in the next episode to see who gets 2nd in Constructors and the Drivers. Can DC overhaul Michael Schumacher and give us a perfect season? But to end today's video, we're going to say the usual, which is if you like this video, please do show your support and like the video down below. If you're new, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave comments if you see fit. I hope you're excited to see the final episode of this series. We will see you then, but until that video, take care of yourselves.